So Lee Hyun up against Tanongsak Saensomboonsuk, and I can tell you, only just finished, but Hyun will be the man they will meet in the final. Came through from behind against Ho. So, like in the ladies, it won't be a same nation final, no all Korean affair coming up. So men's singles action next up on court. Well, not been a great time for the Thai players so far, has it? I wonder whether Tanongsak can really get them cheering. Not going to be easy, that's for sure. I think the players are about ready to come out now.
สนามที่หนึ่งประเภทชายเดี่ยวรอบรองชนะเลิศ
On court 1, men's single, semi-finalists.
อีฮุนอิวจากประเทศเกาหลีใต้กับธนงศักดิ์สารสมบูรณ์สุขจากประเทศไทยกรรมการผู้ตัดสินคุณเขาชิลีเบนจากประเทศออสเตรียกรรมการกำกับการส่งลูกคุณสตีเฟนอองจากประเทศมาเลเซีย
Representing South Korea, Lee Hyun-il versus representing Thailand, Tanongsak Saensomboonsuk. Umpire, Klaus Leben, Austria. Service judge, Stephen Ong, Malaysia.
So the usual preliminaries, and now Shaliban takes his seat in the umpire's chair. And this man, seen it, done it, been there, he got the t-shirt, and at the top end of the game, former world number one. It's going to be a tough task for sure for Tanongsak Saensomboonsuk, Lee Hyun-il. Well, he's going to be 36 in April. I'm sure he'd be not best pleased to see we got him down as 36 already, but described on the BWF website as an ageless wonder. Look at that for progression. 39 minutes as long as he's been on court. That was yesterday in the quarter-final against Wei Nan. Been seamless so far from a player who just keeps on winning. He's won way over 20 international tournaments. And here's his opponent, who we've seen can do it, Tanongsak Saensomboonsuk, former top 10 in the world player, currently ranked outside the top 30 from Bangkok. Very good offensively if he can get things going. He's had a much harder task than his opponent, as you can see, both in the last 16 and yesterday against Unkar. Angus Long all went to the decisive third game. It's his first semi-final since the beginning of 2015. It was the Malaysia Masters when he played and lost to Lee Hyun-il. As you can see, the Korean has won all 4 of their meetings. Not only that, Lee Hyun-il has won all of them in straight games. So that doesn't make pleasant hearing, does it, for the supporters in the national stadium here. Of course, disappointment seeing the Thai mixed doubles pair go. Of course, Busanan is out now in the women's singles, and Tanongsak here with his work cut out. Klaus Leben, just to confirm, of Austria is our umpire. And our service charge is from Malaysia.
Ready to play?
That's Stephen Ong. almost ready to play. It would be a real turn-up, wouldn't it, if Tanongsak could get through to the final here. To remind you, Hyun is the player already into tomorrow's matchup, tomorrow's final.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Tanongsak, Saensomboonsuk, Thailand. On my left, Hyun, Korea. Hyun to serve. Level, play.
Well, you're going to have to go back to October for Hyun
Service over.
winning a tournament in Thailand, won the Thailand Open and another Grand Prix Gold event. He had another Grand Prix event later in the year as well. It was another excellent year for the man who just, well, makes more comebacks than Frank Sinatra, doesn't he? 5 victories in 2015 for the Korean. In a way, Tanongsak here with nothing to lose, not much expectation, no real pressure on his shoulders. No real hope of qualifying for the Olympics. And
Service over.
unfortunately for him, the man on the other end kind of got no pressure on him either.
Oh.
Because you just feel like for Lee Hyun-il, these are his salad days, you know, coming towards the end of his career. Keeps winning tournaments. He's not interested, he says, in going to Rio. Been there, done that. Of course, he's been in 2 Olympic semi-finals, lost out in the bronze medal playoffs. Last time to Chen Long, 2008. It was against Chen Jin. And that's this standard of which he has played.
Service over. 2-all.
Great.
3.
Great length from Lee
2.
Hyun-il so early in the match.
Service over. 3.
Important for Tanongsak to get off to a really good start here. Get in Lee Hyun-il's face, just ruffle the odd feather or two. Nicely played there, that's it. And this is a player, after all, who is, let's say, been in the top 10 of the world. I mean, obviously 2013, though, you have to go back to for his real standout performances as that qualifier, reaching the semi-final at the All England.
Service over. 4-all.
First Thai man to win the men's title in the Southeast Asian Games, same year, wasn't he? But he hasn't won since.
Service over. 5-4. Service over.
Well, obviously the crowd are desperate for
5.
a Thai win. from a neutral point of view, to see them getting one here. And it won't be easy in the
Service over.
final
6.
chance they've got, which is in
5.
the other women's singles semi-final coming up.
Service over. 6. All. Stop.
It was short, always there for the taking.
7. 6.
Given
Service
out.
over.
Questioning look from Lee Hyun, as if to say to the umpire, "You sure about that?"
7. All.
Tanongsak, the son of an engineer. His best outing probably last year was at the World Championships, where he got to the last 16, lost to Chen Long. A lot of first round exits, but
Service over.
well, at least he's made it here through to the
7.
semi-final. And competitive so far.
Nine. 7.
Feel for an upset to happen. Tanongsak has to be really on his game. Maybe Lee Hyun has to drop a level. But if he can get going offensively, Tanongsak, fine lines, I should say find the
10.
lines with those kind of
7.
shots, then he might be able to force Lee Hyun back, but not been the case so far. Unlucky. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Interval.
So 4 points in a row for Lee Hyun, and the 35-year-old takes a fairly convincing lead here in the opening game by 11 points to 7.
Squad 1, 20 seconds. Squad 1, 20 seconds. (11, 7). Play.
Just watch Lee Hyun walking around the court. He looks like a player very much in control of his emotions. Knows what he's doing, knows what it's about. Psychologically has the upper hand against someone like Tanongsak before he comes out on court.
12.
And you think,
7.
given the age difference, what is it, 11 years, that might be an advantage physically for Tanongsak, but he doesn't act like a 36-year-old Lee Hyun in those stakes either. He says he gets told he's too old, but he makes sure that he doesn't act like someone who should be physically struggling. Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, he just dedicates himself to being ready to play badminton matches. Trains all the time, in the morning, in the afternoon, all week long. It's a real dedication.
13-7.
And a profitable dedication as well, because in his latter years he's winning as many times as he did when he was in his 20s, albeit of course he's playing less at Super Series level, but 9 wins in the last 2 calendar years, and that's not including being part of that winning Asian Games
14,
team for Korea.
7.
7 points in a row. Should be some despondency there. Just out, so that ends that run of 7 in a row.
Eight, 14. Service over. 15-8. Sixteen, 8.
Not quite. Just clipped the top of the net that came down the wrong side there.
9-16.
The Korean. Yeah. Down the corner.
10-16.
It's probably not going to affect the way this opening game goes, but for Tanongsak that he
11.
does show some resistance,
16.
at least in this opening game, because to try and make a fight of it, particularly in front of his home fans in his home city of Bangkok.
Service over. Seventeen, 11. Eighteen, 11.
Well, there's a brief bit of resistance, but normality has been resumed, and this is well, pretty much like the other matches he's had this week. Lee Hyun, it's routine, isn't it? It's not really being pushed, you feel here.
19.
And all credit
11.
to him for that. You know, just because he makes it look easy doesn't mean it is easy. Game points have arrived. We've only been on court for just over 13 minutes.
Game point 11.
He's in a hurry this week, isn't he, Lee Hyun? Oh, that's short. Dear, dear, dear.
Game.
Al's throwing the towel in. Anyway, there's another game
First
to come.
game won by Lee Hyun-il.
There's no doubt, though.
21-11.
Tanongsak Saensomboonsuk really has to up his game if he's to get anything out of this, because Lee Hyun-il is completely dominant, as the scoreline suggests from game one, 21-11. Confirmation there of that scoreline. 14 minutes is all it took. Hard to see.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
It's going to say hard to see, isn't it? Of Tanongsak getting back into this, really. Let's be honest here. I'm sure he said the right things to him there at that interval, but
Second game.
gulf between them in terms of points is big as the gulf between them in ages.
Level.
Really.
Play.
Still, you never know. Let's see what. Right, well, I tried something different.
Love.
Didn't come off though. More dominance at the start of game number 2 for Lee Hyun-il. Since the instincts and experience he gained over the years has never left him. Even when he was in retirement, he was still training. Of course, he retired after the last 2 Olympics. I think for him, retirement in those cases just meant resting a little. He wasn't really retired, he just wasn't playing competitive badminton for a little while.
One, two. Game is over. 3-1.
Well, you've got to feel for him a bit. He's running around playing his hardest. He's probably in front of friends and family. Doesn't want to let them down. Delighted, I'm sure, to be in the semi-final. But he's been given the run around here. Head's dropped as well, body language.
5.
Kind of manna from heaven
One.
as far as Lee Hyun-il's concerned.
Game is over. Two, 5.
Oh, did it.
Service over.
And the atmosphere's been sucked out of the stadium as well, hasn't it, as a result?
2.
It's all going to be down to Ratchanok Intanon. She's next up in the women's singles. Then a bit of at least frustration out in that one. I always feel a little wrong saying a match is over when, of course, there's plenty of badminton to play, as there is in this one. But I'm not sure where I can see a way through here for Tanongsak. Bear in mind, this is a guy who's played his opponent 4 times previously and not won a game. And you can see there was a nice spring in his step there as well, Tanongsak, wasn't there? Still lost the point.
7-3.
Speed of mind as much as speed of foot for Lee Hyun-il.
Ball.
Yeah, brilliant. Really well played.
8-3.
Just wide.
9-3.
ขอความกรุณาทุกท่านงดใช้บัตรในการถ่ายภาพและงดใช้วิดีโอต่อการแข่งขันขอบคุณค่ะ
Ladies and gentlemen, a kind reminder that the last is our week, and we will take it in a minute while the match is ongoing. Thank you.
Yeah, another one. Another point closer, you feel. 4 points in a row.
3.
Remember, there was a run of 7 successive points for Lee Hyun-il in the opening game. Hyun awaits, I'm sure, maybe having a little watch of this. He's finished his match just before this one started.
11-3. Interval.
Well, look at the way Tanongsak has walked off court here. Can hardly drag his feet off the ground.
Line judge.
Head bowed. It's despondency, and you can understand why. He is now 11-3 down in game number 2 to the imperious Lee Hyun-il. Well, the coach, they're trying to get some words through. I'm not sure how much Tanongsak was listening there.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Play.
So, it's routine so far, and it won't be long, you feel, before this one is over. Could barely get over to pick the shuttle up there, Tanongsak.
3.
while, you know, you might look at Tanongsak and, you know,
13-3.
surely he can do better than this. Well, what does he do to get the better of a player who's playing as well as he ever has, it seems? Of course, former world #1. Just too good for him.
Well,
There's the point.
there's the one.
So like in the first game, the run of successive points for the Hyun ends at 7, but they have been a magnificent 7 decisive
4,
points.
13. Yeah. Gentlemen. Lee.
Court needs a little bit of a mop up because of perspiration, so chance for towel down, not sure. Hyun needs it. Well, he plays doesn't sweat, does he? That was tongue in cheek.
4-13. Five, 13.
A little run of points. For Tanongsak, though, you feel it's too little too late.
6,
Maybe
13.
in case of the Hyun just relaxing a little, seeing as he's in such a commanding position.
Oh, service over.
Yeah, he's on his knees in all manner of speaking. Is Tanongsak.
Wait. 14-6. Service over. 7-14.
Well, I suppose for Tanongsak now the quest is try and put as many points on the board as he can. Oh, that's given out.
8.
That helps, I
14.
suppose, in that cause. I wasn't totally convinced it was down, but no appealing at all from Lee Hyun. I suppose you can afford not to in this position.
Service over. 15-8.
Let it out, young man. Have a bit of that.
Nine, 15.
Well, it's given them something to cheer about, I suppose. It seems a forlorn hope, but you never know, could be the start of one of the comebacks.
You want to test the record? Please.
Yeah, broken string for Tanongsak and winning that last point.
10-15. Service over.
trying.
16-10. Seventeen, 10.
Just wide.
Eighteen, 10.
Well, been one of those evenings for Tanongsak in the end, hasn't it? Not much finding the mark. A little bit different for his opposite number though. Lee Hyun finds another winner, 2 points away from another place
19,
in another final.
10.
He's used to beating these guys. A decade his junior now, isn't he? That's in as well. Match points.
20, match point.
Perfect length
10.
from the Korean. Well, Hyun may offer a bit more resistance tomorrow. We'll see. Just put his finger there a little bit. Lee Hyun out. So he tries to stretch down for that, just bangs his hand on the ground.
11-20.
He's fine. And another 9 match points to play with.
Game.
And there you go. That's another quickie, another one over in fast fashion from the veteran, who's not acting his age, is he? Tanongsak bows out, but he never offered enough resistance, did he? The Thai player Lee Hyun dominating this match from start to finish in just
Match
over
won
half
by
an hour.
Lee O'Neill, 21-11. 21-11.
Yeah, confirmation of that scoreline, 21-11, 21-11, and Lee Hyun has a chance for his first title of 2016. So there we go. Lee Hyun will face Hyun in the final of this Princess Sirivannavari Thailand Masters. And another Thai player loses out here in the semi-finals. So, fourth match coming up involving a Thai player. Is it going to be fourth time lucky? Tanongsak put to the wayside, dispatched with ease by Lee Hyun. Now Ratchanok facing no simple task either in another Korean player. Sung Ji Hyun before that men's doubles semi-final to finish off our action.